Your man can have love for the truckie. Beautiful minds, but we love getting ugly. Risk takers with a clover, man, we love getting lucky. You run, we chase fire, I love when it ducks me. Tones go off, house watch, read the address out. 1075, get up off the magic couch. 500 gallons prepared for the baddest drought. Who else you want on the way when disaster's out? Can't even get a little bit rattled when you enter with exit apparel. Mayday, member down, they'll drag you. You won't get this from every Tom, Dick, and Harold, but here's a view from the top floor with Mickey Farrell.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of View from the Top Floor. I'm on the roads this week. I'm down in Mississippi, right outside Ole Miss, doing my class Fire Academy to the Fire Floor, traveling with Todd Edwards and Anthony Rowett. This was brought to you by the National Firefighter Training Foundation. Great group of guys doing phenomenal things for the future of the fire service. So if you're not familiar with the National Firefighter Training Foundation, please go to the website or any of the social media and check out and see what they offer. They're bringing training to you at no cost at all, 100% nonprofit. So good things coming with that. So I don't have a lot of time. I just wanted to jump on it real quick and give you an episode for today. I really believe that like everything in life, consistency equals professionalism. I'm trying to maintain consistency with this podcast, even though it's really, really hard at times. Social media. Moving into 2025, we have to be careful. I feel that we've worked very, very hard the past 6 to 8 years through the fire service and interacting social media into training. I think it's being jeopardized right now. There's an influx of platforms that are bringing you negativity and bringing you information that is not so vetted per se. I'm not quite sure where we have this idea, maybe because it is accepted now and we've worked very hard to have social media accepted into different departments in different cities that we're now working together jointly to bring training through social media, through podcasts, Instagram, whatever it may be. I think that has opened the door, opened the floodgates almost for people to think they deserve a platform. Does everyone deserve one? Of course. But when you do have that platform and you do create, my only advice to you moving forward is stay in your lane. We don't need spokespeople on a national level bringing negativity into the business. We're trying to do something positive. We're trying to maintain momentum on a global level of perfecting and owning this craft and making it a profession. Guys that came long before us took this job, a blue collar job, and made it a profession. That took many, many, many years to do. And I feel like the negativity through the social media and the fact that we're not actually vetting many people anymore is allowing for that profession to almost be challenged. And there's not so much value anymore in what we're doing. And when you say we, the fire service in general, the fire service educators, from the smallest level to the highest, we are educating and we them on doing the right thing. I was torn with just walking away from it. I don't think that's the right answer. I think the right answer is keeping your head down, eyeing the prize. And eyeing the prize is making this job better on a global level. And number one, though, global level is a great thing, but take care of the men and women in the four walls of your fire department, of your firehouse. That's what's really going to change the progression of the fire service by starting internally, and then hopefully internally, such a good example, externally, and that grows and grows and grows. So social media. Now, humility. This is something that I talk about often. I did a street talk a few months ago about owning that moment before we cross the threshold. And if you're not prepared to tell your boss, go back and check that out. I'm not sure what street talk that was, but I will tag that in the episode. So if you do want to go back to that, you can check that out as well. But humility in owning the position. Firefighting, especially in the truck company, is very position oriented. We have to maintain that position, but we have to understand that when you can't get into position for whatever it may be, you can't be embarrassed to tell your officer or the other firefighters why you're delayed. It's very, very important that you tell them you are delayed. In the engine company, if you can't get water, if the stretch gets fucked up for whatever reason, let your officer know. Let everyone know. That's an urgent message. If you can't get water, urgent message, let everyone know on the fire ground, we don't have water, and tell them why. Good engine companies can fix that problem very quickly if they identify what the problem is. So have the humility to say what is wrong. If you can't get to the roof, ladder one, roof to ladder one, I'm delayed in getting to the roof. Your officer needs to know that in the moment, because every officer has an internal clock that's ticking, right? And as you're doing your thing, click, 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 you're searching for the fire, you're doing your primaries, that internal clock is ticking. And you say you can't multitask, but I really believe you can, and that's what a good officer does. He's playing chess in his head, knowing that each move makes a difference. That pawn moving into position is simply just picking up that coupling and putting it off a parked car and dropping it. That's the pawn. That small little move equals checkmate. But if we're not making those moves, not communicating when we can't make the moves, we set ourselves up for failure. So own the position, have the humility to let your officer know when you can't make the position, and also let the other firefighters know you can't make the position. Ladder 1 OV to ladder 1. I'm delayed in getting to the rear. Now the roof man hears that. My OV is delayed to the rear. Let me go get eyes on the rear of the building, and if I see something, I can now give that report. Being able to pivot. That's firefighter IQ, the X's and O's of firefighting, understanding where we fit in. We always talk about staffing, right? Staffing is important, but knowing your job is more important. So without that staffing, or without that position firefighter making his position for whatever reason, we can pivot and fill those gaps. So important. So own the position, have some humility in everything we do, because truly humility is what makes this job the greatest job in the world, is because we're learning from our mistakes. It also what makes this job incredibly addictive. Every fire we go to, we make mistakes. I say it all the time. However, we can never really truly enjoy post-fire. After the fire, we go back and we start talking about the mistakes, right? That's that hot wash, that tailboard talk, whatever guys say it is. For us, we go back to the kitchen table and we just kind of bullshit. What'd you do? How'd you get to the rear? How'd you get to the roof? What did you see in the rear? I had this door. I had problems forcing this door. And we talk about it and we talk things out. You can have a kick-ass job and so many things went great. But when you go back and you lay in your bunk or on your drive home, you can't enjoy that job. Once the adrenaline starts to wear off, you start thinking about all the mistakes. So that really, really kick-ass fire you had that you were so fired up about, on the way home, you're thinking about everything that went wrong. That's what makes this job so addictive, because you can't wait for the next one. That's humility. And when you own it, you get better. So that's all I got. I just want to jump on real quick. Again, I want to keep this consistent on the road in a college right near Ole Miss. I think it's Pearl River College. So thank you for the awesome venue. Thank you, Mississippi, and the brothers and sisters here who have treated us so well. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.